Hello YouTube, this is Sonic2Gecko here, and welcome back to another... Oh, my thing's unplugged. Weird. Right, there we go. Well, that's there. That's for my tests. Welcome back to another Love 0.9.0 tutorial. Well, this is a Love 0.9.2 tutorial, which I'll get into in a second. But yeah, welcome back. So, as I said, we are on Love 0.9.2, and in case you're not watching, it says nightly here. This is a nightly build of Love. I will have a link in the description to the nightly.projecthawkthorn.com for Love 0.9. No, that's 0.9.1 on that website. I will have a link to the Jenkins build website where you can download the 0.9.2 .app and Linux source so that you can make your build system. I'm not going to go into how to build a build system, but it's basically the same as how it says in the Love Wiki. You just change the name if you want to rename it, because right here in applications I have Love 0. This is 0.8.0. This is 0.9.0, 9.1, and 9.2. I have all the different versions of Love. Because there are some things in this module that we're going to cover, which is love.window, which I'll talk about in a second, that are in 0.9.2 exclusively. So yeah, let's get started. The love.window module is basically everything that would be in love.conf configuration. I'm not sure how you would say that, but it's a way to get information that isn't in love.conf. It basically gets information about your Love game window on your desktop. It's like system, except more for graphic specific things that have been moved out of love.graphics, because some of these things like love.graphics.setMode were previously in love.graphics. And in case you don't already know, love.window is new in 0.9.0. That's why this is a 0.9.0 tutorial, and even though it's a 0.9.2 tutorial. One thing I've noticed about 0.9.2 is it's a bit slow to build windows, and some things are a little bit slower in it. I think maybe that's because it's new. I haven't even heard about it yet. But yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that we can say is local window title. Then we can say window title equals love.window.getTitle. And then here in love.draw we can say love.graphics. I can't type. Print window title to string window title. One thing I should mention is I'm almost sure this returns a string and a lot of other things return a string. I just say toString just to be doubly sure. And if we build this, it says My Amazing Game in Love 0.9.0 because that's what the title is up here, and that's what we set it in love.conf. Another thing is local is window visible. We can say is window visible equals love.window.isVisible, and then down here we can say this should be 00 and is window visible 0.20 is is window visible. To change this just because I'm perfectionist about that sort of stuff, and as you can see it's kind of slower, and I think the 00 position is more accurate in this. But you might be thinking to yourself, well, of course the window is going to be visible, why would it not be visible? And then you may go into the wiki and look and see that there is no love.window.setVisible. Well, no, because that is because there is a let's say if we press key, if key is equal to let's say s, then and love.visible false. S, oh, hold on, oh no, it's equal, isn't it? But apparently it's not becoming invisible, even though it could become invisible. Hold on. Well, I had to do a bit of research on this, and in 0.9.0 this worked for me, but apparently love.visible doesn't work in later versions. It's a callback function. That's what it is. It's a callback function that you can write here. So let's see. Let's put it under love.resize. function love dot visible, and it's a callback function called whenever the window is minimized or whenever it's lost focus. And minimize is something I'll get onto in a second. So print v, and this, well, we should probably say love dot print. Anyway, yeah, this will be turned to false. Of course, you won't be able to see it whenever a window is whenever it loses focus. So let's I actually can't do this in an easy way, but you're gonna have to just take my word for it that whenever like a window is minimized or something, that it that this becomes false. The next thing we can do is say local icon. Let's say icon equals love.graphics.new image and icon.png, which is just an icon I got off Google. And then love.window.set icon to icon get data, and this gets the image data because icon takes the image data. I will cover image data in a later tutorial, in a more advanced tutorial, but it basically just gets data about the image. Oh, that's right. It basically just gets data about an image. I actually had a request to cover that, so I might put it in the requested series, maybe, but I'm not entirely sure yet. So we build and run this, and go down here. You can see there's my silly little icon I got off Google. It's like a Mario face. So yeah, credits to whoever made that. I'm not entirely sure who made it, but somebody did make it, and yeah. Another thing we can say is say love.graphics.print full screen to string love.window is full screen, I believe is the method name. Oh, it is get full screen. Full screen is false. Apparently this isn't here right now. That may be a bug in new version. Then we can say love.graphics.print full screen modes to string love.window.get full screen modes. This is probably going to return a table 060. Yeah, it's a table. It's all these different tables. There are several different full screen modes. There is desktop full screen, which is a borderless. It's basically a borderless window. And then there is of course the normal full screen, which here we can say key pressed, if key is equal to F, then love.window.set full screen to not full to not full. I'm not sure if we can do this in LÖVE. We need to define full screen up here. Maybe we can just say not, and F. I think I left out an E, F, and of course we enter full screen, which here we go, it's working, but now I can't seem to exit full screen pressing F for whatever reason. That must not work properly. Anyway, you get the idea that you can set full screen to true and false and such. I'm actually going to disable this functionality. Oh, actually, well, no, because I won't be pressing F. And yeah, as you could see, full screen was true there. So yeah, that's how to enter and exit full screen using love.window. Set full screen, sets full screen, this gets full screen, this gets all different full screen modes. You could loop through this and print the different full screen modes. I could do that, but I'm lazy. You could do it yourself using iPowers and such. If you know LÖVE, you could just say for IV and iPowers, love.window.get full screen modes, print V. Yeah. Another one, you won't really be able to see this in effect, but it's is created to string love.window.is created, and this basically just checks whether the window is created or not. So there's certain things you can do when the window isn't created, and certain things you can do when the window is created. Of course, it's going to say true, but if we print up here, print love.window is created, you will see that it says that it's true, but I'm sure if you get it at a certain point, it will say it's false. No. Well, I can't seem to capture it, but I'm sure at a certain point it will say that the window isn't created if you play about with it enough. But just take my word for it, this will basically check if the window is created. The window being created is basically when the window has been generated, everything has happened behind the scenes, everything's been loaded, and stuff like that. Another thing that could be useful is love.graphics.print window has mouse focus to string window love.window has mouse focus 0 100, and of course right now has mouse focus doesn't. And another thing that you can say has focus. We need to move this down to 20. And of course, I'm not going to be able to show this off either. I'm not sure window visible and window not visible and stuff. I'm not sure what the differences are or what the use cases would be, but it's there for you to use. And of course, window has focus doesn't. And you can see there that it quickly flashes. I'm going to play that in slow motion right now. And like a picture-in-picture. Yeah. So that is has focus and has mouse focus. So say love.graphics.print window icon. This is why you're just going to return the image data, maybe in a table. Love.window.get icon 0 140. Oh, and it's image data. It just returns image data because that's the object type. Yeah, but that could be useful. You could check if it's the type of image data and then get certain data about it. Printing it out isn't exactly the best example, but it's the best example I'm going to give. Another very useful thing is love.graphics.print desktop dimensions. I hope I spelled that right. If I didn't, it'd be rather embarrassing. LoveWindow.get desktop dimensions at 0 160 1920. Yeah, let's actually say local desktop width, local desktop height, because this, like love.mouse.get position, returns two arguments: desktop width, desktop height. If you don't know what mouse get position is, love.mouse.get position, you should check out my love mouse tutorial, which should be uploaded after this. Equals mouse.get desktop dimensions, desktop width. Let's change these to this, to string desktop height. There we go, 1920 1080. Actually, we could make this 1920 by 1080 because that is my monitor size. And then love.graphics print window dimensions, which I actually need to make more variables for. Local window width, local window height, and we can set them down here. Window width, window height. I'm not sure what the difference between this and love.graphics.get height is. Maybe this returns the initial one, I'm not sure, but you can look into it if you want. Love.window. Well, we can actually test that. Get dimensions to string window width to string window height at 0 180. And here we go. Oh no, I must spell that wrong. Yeah, window height 20 by 720, and it returns the default one. well, because we're not updating it, but that's a good way to get the default window width and height. Of course, you can just say window get width and window get height, but this is a good way to do it. Actually, if we update this and love to update, what will it print? I probably should have tested this, but I didn't, because I never really thought to do that. Yes, it does update it. It updates it. Happy days. But we're not going to update it. Actually, yeah, why not? Why not? We're good cats and we're going to update it because we're awesome. The only method that was added in 0.9.2, which is why I upgraded, was to show off this one, key equal to M, then love.window.minimize tree. M will minimize it. We could just say like not minimize, but we'll go minimize false equals not minimize. Oh, we could say here minimize equals not minimize, and then here full screen equals not full screen to minimize. Yeah, that's not really working, and I have two windows open for Love. I probably shouldn't. But yeah, hopefully you get the idea that you can minimize it. Like if there was a key press, it would minimize it, but with M, it'll minimize your window. So you can have like a minimize button in your game for whatever reason. I'm not sure why you'd want to have that, but you can. So yeah, that is minimize. It'll minimize your game window. One thing I want to test, if I hold shift and press M, it basically just activates the window thing, I think. The window minimize feature of the OS, and then of course on OS X, if you hold shift, then it will display this fancy slow motion animation. It'll do that for some other things. I believe switching desktops it will do it for, but I'm not going to switch desktops right now. Yeah. Another method you can use is love.graphics.print. I'm not entirely sure what the differences here would be either. Window width to string love.window.get width to string, oh no, window height to love.window.get height at 0 to 100, and this gets the window width and the window height. And if we resize, it of course displays the same value as this. And this is the desktop dimensions. Of course, this is the dimensions of your window. Your window, if I was on my MacBook, it would be, excuse me, 1280 by 800, I believe, is what it would display. I believe. I'm not entirely sure about that. Don't quote me. If anyone wants to correct me, I'm running a 2012 13-inch Retina Mac, or not Retina, 2012 MacBook Pro. Yeah, base model, except for my upgrades, which I've mentioned several times before. Another thing that is very awesome is love.graphics.print number of monitors to string love.window.get display count. So if you're running on multiple monitors, lucky you, first of all, and yeah, this will return the amount of monitors that you have connected. Oh, we should probably say 220. And I am right now running on one monitor, so it will return 1. Even if I open my MacBook, it still only says 1 because my MacBook doesn't count as an external monitor. It's just like the display for the monitor. But if you have multiple monitors, then that can be pretty awesome. You can also say love.graphics.print. You should know what love.graphics.print does. That's not what I'm going to show you. Display name to string love.window.get display name 0 to 40. Oh, display name number. Oh, that takes the display number. So you could loop through. You could get the value of this and then loop through them, and like in a for loop, and then have I being the display name that you want to get if you want to get them all. But I only have one, so I will just put in one here. And this is the name of my monitor, G276HL. If this was set to like 9, then it would say invalid display index because I don't have that number of monitors. 0 would also give an error. My voice is weird. I've recorded like, this is the 4th tutorial I've recorded today, and they're all pretty long, all 4 of them, including this one. Get pixel scale is another method that you can use. Pixel scale, I'm not entirely sure. This will return the pixel scale, but I'm not entirely sure what value it'll be. Love.window.get pixel scale 0 to 60. Pixel scale 1. I'm sure if you're running on a, I'm not sure, but I assume that if you're running on a retina screen or a 4K monitor and it's like scaled up, I assume this would tell you how much it's scaled up by, but right now it's a 1:1 pixel ratio that I have with my monitor. So yeah, that can be useful if you want to check to see if, say, a user is running on a greater display so that you can toggle image filters and stuff. You can use it for whatever display you want. I'm just telling you what to do, and I'm not entirely giving examples on how to use them because some of these, it's either obvious how to use them or it varies in use cases. You can also set the title. So if you said local title and else if key is equal to t, then title equals, let's say, hello world, then love.window.set title to title. Of course, my amazing game in love, but if I press T, then it changes to hello world. And where do we have the title being printed? It still says my amazing game in love 0.9.0 because that's what it says in love.conf. I'm not sure how we get this the update. I'm sure we can just print the window title. Of course, we have the window title in this variable here, but we created a new one because I forgot about this one. Anyway, yeah, that's how you can set the title using Love. Beware, it doesn't actually update everything, but it's there if you want to use it. Now it's time for the big daddy of love.window, and this is love.window.setMode. Of course, here you can say, do I have get mode? Love.window.get mode. Get modes. Hold on. I actually don't have get modes, but I'll add that in a second, because it'll go along with this. But get modes basically just gets your window modes. But the window set mode will basically set the window mode. It sets the window width, height, and some other flags that I'll get into. I will cover all the flags. It returns a table even, but I'll print it here as well. So love.window.setMode, and the first two parameters are the width and height. So let's just say 800, or let's say 1280 by 500, just random value. And then if we run this, then it will change the window size. And of course, we didn't add any sort of flags. The flags are what we would set in love.conf, like pixel scale, not identity, can't set identity because that's not to do with the window. Resizable, of course, we set the size, but it just gives all the other values, default values, which are false, I believe, or number values. But these are the flags. So the flags would be full screen equals false, resizable equals true. There we go. We can resize the window. FSAA, I believe, is to do with anti-aliasing filters. We'll just give that 1. Oh, samples 4. Let's say 4. And yeah, there we go, no errors. But I'm not entirely sure what this does, but you can mess about with it yourself. I'm sure you have your own use cases for it. Borderless is another thing you can set. So let's say borderless equals true. Centered equals false. Let's just say false and see what it does, but it should be pretty obvious what that one does. It obviously centers the window. But borderless, I have 2 windows running. Let's close that one, and we can of course resize it, and this is a borderless window. The next one is min width. Let's set that to 200. Min height equals 200. and of course that adjusts it to this value rather than 800 by 600, which I actually like, as the default window says. It says, I should say. VSync, which is a value you can set in love.conf, equals true. Let's say we want vertical synchronization. You may notice that anything with t.window here, except t.title, you can set using like this, like t.window, because we do this in love.conf, and it's basically t is the table, and it replaces love.window. So it's basically love.window.setMode is what you're doing in here. You're giving all the values. S RGB, I believe, is a value. I'm not entirely sure what to give this. It's S RGB, and it can either be true or false. Let's set it to true and see what happens. Oh, it gives a nice sort of anti-aliasing effect for text. That might be the FSAA though. Let's set that to like 50. Okay, and false. I'm not entirely sure what that does. Oh, what happened? True. It must have been me fiddling with the mouse. Let's set this to 4 because I'm not entirely sure what it does. It's to do with anti-aliasing, I believe. High DPI. This is to do with MacBook Pro Retina screens, I believe 4K as well, but the example used with the Love Wiki is the MacBook Pro Retina screen. So should we use like a high DPI, high Retina screen? Let's just say true. And there we go. That text looks a lot cleaner. I didn't think it would look that much cleaner, but it does. Yeah. The next thing is what can I remember what the next thing is? The display. It's the amount of monitors to display this window across. Default is 1. If we said 2, it would display it across 2 monitors, but of course I don't have 2 monitors, but 1. That 1 monitor, 500 if you have 500 monitors for whatever reason. I'm not even sure that's possible, but you can have that value. You can have 20, and it's the amount of monitors to display the window across. So if you had 3 monitors, it would display it. Then you set that to 3, then it would display across all 3 monitors. Yeah, we'll just set that to 1. And the final the final flag is full screen mode, and that's default. Oh, full screen mode, full screen type then. Huh. Whoa, that's weird. And again, FULL SRC or SCREEN TYPE. I think that was right, but I think I just was using the wrong mode. Normal and desktop. Do we have it being yeah, it's just full screen modes, but it's printing a table right now. And normal is just normal full screen that you would expect. And I don't believe we can get out of this whenever this happens, but oh, we can actually. I must have fixed it, but I pressed it twice there, so yeah. There we go, and it resets it back to the default window settings based on const.lua. But then if we said desktop and we set Borderless to false, then this is kind of like a pseudo full screen. It basically just fills the entire window borderless. It's not actually true full screen. I just want this to be centered. That's probably really weird. I don't know anymore. For completionist's sake, love.graphics.print window modes to string love.window.get mode. Is it get modes? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it is. 0 to 80. Oh, that's weird that it prints it like this. That must be to do with this this stuff we set up here. Get mode then, or get mods, get mode, and there we go. Oh, window modes, that prints all the flags. So we can loop through that and print all the different things, but I'm not going to do that. But you can loop through that sort of table thing and get all your values. But that's going to be it for this tutorial. That is the window module in its entirety. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I will be more than happy to help you. Again, this code is going to be on Pastebin. Check the description for a link. And that's one other module. That's 3 modules covered entirely for right now. If there's any updates in any other versions, I will of course make an update video on it, updating this, or maybe make annotations or something. Remember, love.window.minimize is only available in Love 0.9.2, and the entire love.window module is only available in Love 0.9.0 or higher. But yeah, hopefully you understood this video. Again, all this stuff, window title, visible, everything. I'm not even going to recap because this video was rather in depth and rather long. It's going to take ages to upload. I'm dreading it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Share it with your friends if you think they'll find it useful. Like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, and be sure to check out the playlist so you can watch all these videos in order if this was your first video for whatever reason. I'm not sure why you'd be watching, but yeah, anyway, thanks so much for watching. My name is Sonic2KK, and I will see you in the next video.